Explorers, welcome to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today I have something else from Amazon, and this time it is the Adidas Terrex Ax4, much requested hiking shoe that I've done a review on Ax3, and I have to say I was quite impressed with their Ax3 model. So I had to get these, and so far I had the opportunity to use them on quite a few hikes, trail runs, and in fact a little bit of some climbing. If you want to see more, I have the link for that full video in the description below. So in this review we're going to talk about the comfort, we're going to talk about proofing and protection, the design features, the outsole, the price tag, and so stick around if you want to find out more details and if you're interested in buying these shoes. So let's start with the comfort level. Overall, I have to say not much changed from the Ax3. They are just as comfortable Ax3. They are lightweight, and let's take a look exactly how light or heavy they are, because that's one of the factors, of course, that contributes to the comfort level. So this is size 9.5, and 9.5 is 13.7. Very impressive. Whenever it comes to shoes in general, whether it's hiking shoes, trail running shoes, I always recommend, if you can find something that is under 15 ounce per shoe, you're looking pretty good. You are looking at pretty lightweight shoes. So here you have 13.7, which is very impressive. There's another thing that contributes to the comfort level, of course, it's the inner sole. So let me take it out and we'll try to take a look and see what Adidas has to offer with their inner sole in the Ax4. Not much here, as you can see, it is pretty flat. There's not much cushioning overall, but you do have a little bit of a shape for arch support, not much of the heel bed. So if you do prefer a little bit of more cushioning in your inner sole, you might consider replacing this, or in fact going with a different shoe that provides a little bit more out of the box. However, overall it does work in the shoe because the midsole here is quite soft, and we will talk about that a little bit later when we talk about the outsole. But the midsole is quite soft, so you do have some cushioning overall combined with this pretty thin overall inner sole. Once you remove the inner sole, you have some padding in the tongue, you have some padding in the shaft and in the heel. Overall, throughout the whole shoe, you have a very nice, very comfortable padding going throughout the toe box. So overall, the shoe does feel pretty soft. However, I do want to mention here, which I think is probably one of the most important factors overall for choosing this shoe, whether you like this squared up toe box or not. Because if it does not fit you because of the shape of your foot, you might be disappointed. So I would highly recommend trying them out. That's why I like buying stuff from Amazon, because if it does not fit you, you can always return it. Okay, so done with the comfort level. Overall, like I said, not much different from the Ax3, but at the same time, very comfortable, just like the Ax3, as long as they do fit you. Let's move on to the criteria number 2, which is a proofing and protection. Now, proofing wise, these particular ones are not waterproof, but Terrex Ax4, they do have them available in Gore-Tex configuration with Gore-Tex membrane for waterproofing. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of waterproof hiking shoes. If I'm going with something that is waterproof, I'm trying to get something that is at least a mid-sized boot, just to have a little bit more of the shaft to make sense of the waterproofing. But I know a lot of people, especially in the trail running community, they do prefer to have a waterproof hiking shoes, trail running shoes. So if you do want that, they do have them available in Gore-Tex. I like the non-waterproof version because generally you do have a little bit more breathability in a non-waterproof shoe, and at the same time, if you do get them wet, if you're crossing a small creek or something like that and you get them wet, they do tend to dry a little bit faster because of that breathability. Protection wise, obviously you're getting typically what you're getting from a shoe. Obviously no ankle coverage, but you do have a little bit of kind of an extra fabric going over the front of the toe box, which would be quite helpful on a rocky road, like if you're running over gravel or something like that. There's a little bit of a piece going over here, but don't let it confuse you, because overall the toe box is very soft. So don't drop anything heavy on your toe box. You do have very impressive protection. That's probably one of the best parts about the shoe is the outsole, but we will talk about the outsole in a little bit. For now, let's move on to the quality and the design features. Quality wise, Adidas Terrex overall, I have to say they are very impressive. And they do have pretty good reviews overall on Amazon. In fact, the Amazon link is in the description below if you want to check it out. Mostly 5-star reviews. Overall, I believe it's 4.2 or 4.3 stars out of thousands of reviews. So they're doing pretty good across all of their Terrex models, and they have quite a lot of stuff. Overall, they know what they're doing overall, their Terrex department, whenever it comes to outdoors, hiking shoes, tactical shoes. Well, tactical boots, they have a couple of models, and the trail running shoes. Overall, they're doing pretty good. Now, whenever it comes to design features, usually here I talk about the lacing system. Here, there's not much going on. The laces are just a flat, thin laces, but overall, they work very well. Obviously, adding to the lightness. As you can see, there is really no hardware going on except the top loops at the very top here. And everything else is fabric, again, designed with lightness in mind. Okay, that's probably what you'll be waiting for. Let's move on to the criteria number 4, which is the outsole, traction and stability. And I had the opportunity to try these shoes, like I said, on a few hiking trails. I did a few trail runs in them, and I even did some climbing with these, like some mild climbing slash scrambling, I would say. And this outsole performs very well on pretty much everything you throw at it. I think this is one of the best outsoles that really you can find in a hiking shoe. The grooves, there's a great amount of aggression overall, and the rubber itself is quality rubber. Right? It's a Continental, the same company that makes a lot of tires. So yeah, they know what they're doing whenever it comes to the rubber. But overall, the groove pattern is also, as you can imagine, very, very important. And these perform great on really whatever you throw at it. Whenever it comes to the traction and stability, they're doing good. And in the protection department as well, this outer layer of the rubber, that is the Continental rubber, is very, very tough rubber. So if you are running over, over gravel or anything like that, you really don't feel anything, because it is a really nice quality rubber. Okay, so let's move on to the criteria number 5, sizing and fitment. They are true to the size, but whenever it comes to the fitment, again, keep in mind that if you're not a fan of square toe box, you might not appreciate this. And in fact, a lot of the reviews that are not positive on these shoes, it has to do with fitment. People don't appreciate the comfort level because this shoe just does not fit them very well, which is fair enough, because everybody has different feet, and you have to find what fits you. So try them out, and if it doesn't work, then well, it doesn't work. Let's move on to the criteria number 6, application, really quickly. So I've used these as hiking shoes, I've used this as trail running shoes, and some mild scrambling, climbing around. I use them for a few of my training drills, and they perform very well. One of the best things about these shoes, I think, is that the outsole just performs well on pretty much anything you throw at it. You have decent amount of protection from everything else that you would expect in a shoe. And another really good thing, especially if you're planning to get these shoes for more of tactical combat situations in mind, is that they do look, at least in black, and there's a few colors that do look very inconspicuous. And you can have, you can use these shoes for, really honestly, you can wear them in the gym, you can go for a walk in the park, you can wear them to the grocery store, and you can still have the capabilities of a quality shoe that can take you off trail, bushwhacking through the forest, giving you an excellent traction on really pretty much anything you step on. And the very last criterion to consider here is the price tag. $70, depending on the color pattern that you choose. I think it's a fantastic price for everything that you're getting. Obviously, if you're going with a Gore-Tex, waterproof version, you are paying a little bit more. I will add the link for Gore-Tex version as well in the description below. But overall, I think $70 is a fantastic price for everything that you're getting in the shoe. The comfort, the lightness, the protection, the outsole, really the best thing in the shoe. I think that's definitely fair. There's a lot of competition in that price range. You can find a few shoes, non-waterproof shoes, of course, in the same price range. From Saucony, from Salomon, they have a few. Merrell has a few good shoes. Columbia, they have quite a wide range of options for that price range. But again, it comes down really to fitment. Some manufacturers, they just, appeal more to certain people because of the fitment, because really, that's really the case. Most of the times it's the fitment. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this review. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below. Like I said, I'll put the links in the description. And if you have any requests, you can also drop them in the comments below. And I have a to-do list where I add all the requests. And if I come across those shoes, boots, whatever gear it is, I try to do it as a first priority. So thank you very much for watching. God bless everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.